We're live. Let's see if I can waste another 30 minutes or so of everyone's lives, eh? So, Eddie Gray here with thepipenook.com in the West Parlor. It is Saturday morning, and I'm gonna load up a bowl. I've got to get to the post office with my orders by noon, but I got all my orders boxed up last night and nothing came in overnight. So hopefully I, got everything done. Might have a straggler come in right before I hit the post office, but we'll see. I'm going to load up something, but I haven't decided what yet. Harriet, good morning. All right, we got some people filtering in. I think I'm gonna go with my trusty old Cobb, eh? Let's go with the Missouri Meerschaum. I'm gonna do my best, you guys, to watch the comments feed, but they go pretty fast and furious sometimes. If I don't catch your comment and you have a burning question, please let me know. You can repeat yourself, I don't mind. Especially since I didn't know, since I didn't see it the first time around. I'm gonna try a filter in this pipe. Some of these White Elephant 6mm filters. Sometimes they work well and sometimes they're a bit constricted. So let's see what our luck turns out to be today. They're pretty tight in there when you put them in, but typically they fit. And I think I'm gonna smoke some of this Billy Bud. Now this Billy Bud, Gail, I do have Rossi's for sale if you want to check the website. It's one of the 3 pipe brands that I carry these days. I'm going for a highly curated selection on the website. And I carry 3 lines of Rossi's. So look for them. I've got the Rubinos, the Vittorias, and the Sittings. So this Billy Bud has been in this cheapo Walmart thing for like this little container that doesn't really seal like a mason jar seals. But since 2016, so I need to smoke it up. Because it's not an airtight seal, the stuff's getting kind of crunchy at this point. So I'm trying to smoke through this. The Salmonella, someone asked about the Series 3 stock. I've got a decent bit of Series 3s in right now. Unfortunately, no 673s, and I don't think any 320s, which those are the 2 that everybody wants. I've got 5 Series 3s in my personal collection. Of course, 2 of those are the 320 and the 673. But I also have an Apple Shape and a Rhodesian, well, not the Rhodesian, that's the 673. I have an Apple Shape, and where are my other ones? Well, I don't know where they went. I think I have a Dublin. I don't know if you see this right here, but I keep basically a stack of pipes that I don't get to very often over there. Might be interesting to pull that down and show you what's not in the rotation now, but I keep out here in the Nook just in case I want something quick. Someone asked about Irish Flake. Did I do a review of Irish Flake? At this point, I mean, I've deleted videos off my channel here and there. But I'm pretty sure I've got over 300 videos on my channel right now. So it's hard to keep them straight. I may have done an impressions video of Irish Flake at some point But yeah, that last video I made was top heavy about this aged 10 to 12 year Irish flake. And I am gonna make a video here in the next few days, hopefully, to compare. I'm gonna crack open this newer tin of Irish flake and compare it with the older tin and see in real time if I can discern what changes have taken place in that 10 years, or what changes have taken place in production. That's hard to tell over the course of that time. Let me light up real quick, if I can not get this heater to blow out my flame. There we go. All right. Yeah, this stuff takes too, like kindling wood. It's not super dry, but it's getting there. But you know what? You can still smoke dry tobacco. I mean, heck, the Daughters of Ryan blends come pretty dry. So does the Haunted Bookshop usually. These Missouri Prides, I recommend these quite a bit because they're dirt cheap. You know, for somebody who just wants to try smoking a pipe for the first time, this is a real cheap way to do it. I mean, you can get a fully functional pipe for less than the price of most cigars, and it smokes really well. Yeah, that Sir Walter regular can be dry. I've gotten some packages that aren't as dry. And the problem with the drugstore tobaccos that I've found is if you're actually buying them in a drugstore, like in a corner shop or whatever, some of those tobacco pouches live there for a few years before you get a hold of it. So even though they're sealed pouches, they tend to dry out. So it really depends. If you get them from a online seller, such as the Pipe Nook, you know, we go through them pretty quick. So the Billy Bud's pretty interesting. It's got just enough Latakia that you can tell it's in there, but then there's something else going on. And you're like, what is that? It's not really a straight English. And then if you cheat and look on the tin description, there's cigar leaf in there, and that's what you're tasting. That interplay between burley, Latakia, Virginia, and cigar leaf makes for a fairly robust smoke, but not overly so. I wouldn't say it's as strong as, you know, Haunted Bookshop or Old Joe Krantz. But you know that you're smoking, and so will your wife. Well, at least my wife will. She better not get close enough to you to know that you're smoking. Billows of rich, creamy smoke. So, I really have no agenda for for this video. I just wanted to come on and chat a bit. I'm making a list of video topics, things I want to get back into a regular schedule of making videos. And I'd gotten out of that. And lately I've been making a video every week to 3 weeks, and that's still not a good regular schedule. I need to be making at least one video a week or you guys are gonna forget I'm around here. So I've got a question about international shipping. I still don't ship internationally. I opened that up. I opened up that can of worms a couple of years back and had to shut it down pretty quickly. And I was shipping to Canada for a while, but even that can be problematic, and I don't like to have dissatisfied customers or customers that get smacked with a tariff charge upon delivery. So I'm just shipping within the US at this point. It's a minefield, you know. Someone in the YTPC that wants to ship something internationally to a friend, you know, that's not usually a big deal. But as a business, you know, I've got to be on the up and up, and I've got to say what's in the box, and it's ridiculous. There's no, you know, between varying countries, there's no uniform, you know, you can ship this, you can't ship that, or you know, every country has its own regulations. It is a pain. It is a pain. And bigger companies can deal with it. I don't. I can't keep up with it. You guys are blowing up the cross chat. Somebody asked, what about England? Well, England is still international. You know, if you guys ever want to become like the 51st state, then I could definitely ship to England. That'd be pretty cool. I'll have my people contact your people. Joseph, yes, the 9mm 7Ls are my favorite smoking pipes at this point. I absolutely love them. Harriet, what are you talking about? That it won't blow you away? But sometimes you want a bowl? Good morning, pipes, etc. Velvet, oh yeah. Like a lot of those, you know, drugstore blends, that none of them are going to blow you away, but they're all pretty decent. Well, all the ones I carry anyway. Carter Hall, Velvet, Sir Walter Raleigh regular, Sir Walter Raleigh aromatic. The only one I personally don't really dig is Prince Albert. That is a very plain Jane smoke, and I just can't get into it. Maybe. Let's see if I can pull down, see if I can reach over and pull down this pipe rack. No, I'm gonna have to stand up and go get it. One moment, please. Oh dear. All right, look at that. I don't want it to fall down. Okay, so this pipe rack over here represents pipes that I've smoked through the last couple of years. I haven't put them in the house yet, in the cases that I keep some pipes in. But they're not in the regular rotation. So my regular rotation I've got over here in front of me. I've got a couple of Molina pipes. This Molina olive wood pipe is really nice, 9 millimeter. I've got this hobby block that I haven't really started doing much with yet, but I've smoked it a couple of times as is. Smokes really well. Got my Series 3 320, my Series 3 bent apple. I think that's a 173. My Series 3 673. I got a couple of Big Ben pipes. These are dirty, I need to clean them, but little Big Ben Bora, Big Ben Cafe Noir. What else I got? Another Molina pipe that I've had for a long time. If I were to carry another pipe brand at this point, it would probably be Molina, because, you know, they're inexpensive, they're Italian made, they're 9 millimeter filtered, but I would have to order them directly from Molina, and apparently they would have a hard time getting the same pipes to me over and over and over again. They want to send pictures out and be like, hey, this is what we have in stock. You know, I want to provide a more steady selection than that. I would love to carry Molina pipes. I just don't think it's going to be feasible in the foreseeable future. But I do recommend Molina pipes. I would say, you know, get some Cobbs, get some Salmonellas or Rossi's, and then maybe look into a Molina pipe or two. But that's kind of my regular rotation here. I don't even know if I want to go through all these pipes, y'all. Maybe I'll just pull out a couple. So this I kept for myself from back when I was carrying Nerup pipes. And again, I quit carrying Nerup for the same reason. Every pipe is individual and unique, but they're not filtered, and I want more of a standard selection for the pipe Nook. So I'm really honing in 2019 for the things I carry. I counted this morning, I carry 125 different types of, or different tobaccos. 125. That's insane. For my scope. I mean, my scope was supposed to be, I'm not supposed to be confusing people with too much choice. And even a small shop like me, I'm carrying 125 blends. So I'm looking to chop that down. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. I've chopped it down as much as I thought I could, but maybe I need to chop down my Cornell and Deal blends are the, that's the biggest number, and I think I've got like 50 right now. I need to chop that down to 40, I think. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be hard. But I want the new pipe smoker, your friends and mine, to come to the shop and be like, oh, okay, well, this is pretty simple. You know, do a little bit of reading, read a couple of blogs or whatever. I can figure out, you know, some stuff for a new pipe smoker to try. That's what I want the pipe Nook to be. Anyway, so here's this Nerup. Oh, here's another Series 3 that I haven't smoked in a while. This is 645, I think. Whoa, the avalanche is about to start. Falcon pipe. That's a fun little pipe. And one thing I do with the Falcons, they sell these little rings that go in here. What I do is just I'll cut up a pipe filter. I will cut up a pipe cleaner and just make it into a little circle. and fit it down in there. It's real easy to do. Just take some utility scissors, you know, go like so and put it down in there. Because those little rings they sell, they're basically just little rings of pipe cleaners, and they're pretty pricey. I have smoked this Falcon. I think somebody just asked about that, but maybe 6 or 8 times, something like that. I like it, but you know, too many pipes, too little time. I really need to go through my collection again and post some videos and sell some estate pipes. I used to put them on the website, but it's so much easier to just make a video. Here's 5 pipes I'm selling, and let that be that. What else I got over here? Oh, here's another one of my Series 3s, 315. This is a Salmonella pocket pipe. Very similar, I think, to the Roma series, except it's got that silver band. And this is a shorter pipe than your standard Salmonella apple. Here's a Dagner. I think this is a P2 series. Speaking of Dagner, this is a Dagner poker with a standard Danish Missouri Meerschaum stem on it. Now I do like the Italian-made bit that these come with, but I prefer a longer stem, so I fitted it with this. Plus, I can put a balsa filter in that stem. And the standard Dagner stem, you can't filter it. Here's a Mr. Brog. What do you call this? Morta. Mr. Brog Morta pipe. Pretty cool. Really light. Smokes well. 9mm filtered. OMS pipe. I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys what this is, but yeah, it's an OMS. Little Dublin shape. I got this pipe off eBay from a seller called Farmer J, Farmer J-E. I don't think he's selling anymore, or if he does, he doesn't have quite the selection he used to have. But this is a custom finished cob with an acrylic swirled stem. I really enjoy that. Of course, when you go with those acrylic stems, you can't filter them anymore, and that's keeps me from reaching for it as much. I think it's funny when YouTubers in the YTPC go live, the cross chat, it's kind of just like an excuse for you guys to get together and chat with one another. But that's cool. I'm just glad to take part, get a participation award. There's probably 20 other pipes over there, but I don't want to go through them all right now. Yeah, this Billy Bud, I don't know if you guys have the same experience, but Billy Bud's one of those tobaccos that I get more than halfway through the bowl, and it just tastes it gets ashier and ashier tasting, and I just give up on it eventually. And I don't know what to blame for that. I don't know if it's the burley Ryan asked if there are any pipes or tobaccos specifically that I'm about to swap out on the site. Not really. Not really. I'm in the contemplation mode. I'm not looking to add any right now. I've got plenty. I had a buddy come look at I walked him into my office in the house where I keep my inventory, and you have to go in the door and then spin around, and my tobacco inventory is along the inside wall of my office, so you have to turn around to see it. And he lost his mind. He's like, oh my gosh, dude. He said, please tell me these are for the store and not your personal cellar. Yes, they're for the store. Yeah, a lot of these tobaccos over here, well, maybe half of them were tobaccos that I was considering carrying in the future. But I think, like I said earlier, I think I've gotten to the point where I'm carrying too much. It's becoming overwhelming for the newer pipe smoker, and that's not what I want. So unless one of these just completely blows me away when I get to the 10, I'm not going to be carrying it. I'll continue to carry the Billy Bud, but I think I'm going to stop carrying the Billy Bud Blonde when I sell out of that. But we'll see. I will still have plenty of pipes and tobaccos and accessories for you to look onto and refer your friends to. You know, those other larger, unnamed big box companies. I think it's funny that even in pipe smoking, there are big box online stores. But that's what they are. I mean, I'm a minnow swimming with the sharks when it comes to those larger online retailers. But those stores can be so overwhelming for the new pipe smoker. I know they were for me. So shout out to a buddy of mine named Cliff. Cliff is a fairly new pipe smoker. We've sent emails back and forth now. We're basically pen pals. Blue collar pipe smoker. I wish I could. I would send you everything I quit carrying. But I can't do that. I'm just going to sell out of what when I decide not to carry something, I'll just sell out of it and not reorder. Ryan, I appreciate that, man. I didn't get into the YTPC to really help anyone. That's not how I started it. I just wanted to be part of the club, right? And then here we are 4 or 5 years later, and I'm still making videos, and I'm getting those compliments, from people. Hey, you really helped me to learn how to smoke a pipe. That's incredible. Like, I never expected that. But the downside of that for me personally is sometimes people look to me as an expert in the field. I'm not an expert in the field. I'm what you would consider a lay person. I just figured out how pipe smoking could work for me, And, you know, I'm never going to stick my nose up in the air and say, well, I know the most masterful way to smoke a pipe, because I don't. You read books on pipe smoking. I can't remember the guy's name. And he talked about, you know, how you should slow sip a pipe, and if the pipe is a good pipe, you should only have to like take a puff every minute or two. I'm like, what? That would not work for me. So either I'm not at the level he's talking about, because he was talking about S-bang pipes and things like that. I can't afford those kind of pipes. I'll never pay $600,000 or $800,000 or more for one pipe. No way. Maybe they do smoke that well, but I'll never know. I will never know. As my pen pal Cliff has said, this is a great hobby for a borderline pyromaniac. So, you know, where I used to consider relights as points of failure coming from cigars, now it's just part of the fun. I like to light that flame, put that match to leaf. Well, I'm getting towards the bottom of this bowl. I never know when to stop these live feeds. That's kind of a problem. Do I wait until I just don't have any other words to say? Sometimes we have these pregnant pauses, but nothing comes out of them later. I'll show you a book I'm reading, and then maybe we'll log off. I just started this book, but it's called The Search for God and Guinness, a biography of the beer that changed the world. I like me some Guinness. And I'm an advocate of God. So I think that'll be a good read. Just started it though. I think I'm still in the preface or the introduction. Well, I think we'll start wrapping up so you guys finish that cross chat. I'll give you a little bit of time, but I think I'm going to sign off here in a minute or two. This is my second pipe of the day. Oh, you know what? I haven't been drinking my coffee. I bet it is lukewarm. I always do that. I'll pour some hot coffee. Oh yeah, now it's Luke coffee. Time to go top that off so it's actually hot. I guess I will sign off. Glad to see everybody today, and we'll chat with you later. Oh, here we go. I gotta futz with everything and figure out how to turn this off again. All right, y'all. Peace.